Hello, crafty friends. Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. My name is Melissa Miller and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southern California. Today, I thought we would make another Christmas card. I'm still not sure how I feel about Christmas in August, but we need to get started because otherwise we're just gonna put it off. Thanksgiving's going to be here and we're not going to have any cards ready to send out for Christmas. So that's what we're going to do today. Before we get started, I just wanted to announce the winners from my Delicate Dahlia card giveaway. Congratulations, Eloisa and Karen. Thank you so much for your support and comments. We will be using the Poinsettia Petals stamp set. We're going to be using the Merry Christmas sentiment out of there. But there's actually a whole bunch of stamps in here that are really nice. I love the sentiment, May magic and wonder bloom this holiday. Warm wishes from our home to yours. Then we've got a thank you for making this a wonderful season. And we've got all the poinsettia leaves on there. So you can stamp the leaves and cut them out with the coordinating dies, which are here. Or you can just cut the images out and put them together, which is what we're going to do. So this is a 18 piece die set, and you get 2 pieces per poinsettia flower petal. You get the outline that cuts it, and then you get the inside image that leaves the impression. So we're just going to be using those today, and I just put, to keep them in place while I'm cutting, I just have a big old roll of frog tape, painter's tape that I use, and that has lasted me forever. So I just put a little bit of tape on there to keep them together while I run them through the die cutting machine. And these items were actually previously released. These are in our annual catalog. I bought this set last year and I didn't use it. So we are going to use it today. And I just love this card. This may be my card that I send out this year. Pretty simple. It didn't take very long at all, but it's got a big impact on there. It looks really, really fancy. We will be using some gold paper, some of the gold foil paper. We will be using our red foil paper. We are going to bring in some of our red rhinestones and our real red ink. And other than that, not much. So what I did first was I went ahead and prepped. I've got my gold piece, which is, what is this one? This is 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. And then I've got my first layering piece, which is going to go over our gold, but I did the same thing I did in my last video. I took my Stitched So Sweetly dies and I cut the piece out of the middle so we can use it as a layering piece. So we don't waste any of our foil paper. We don't ever want to waste our foil paper. So we've already got that all cut out. I cut that out of here and we're going to use that. So let's go ahead and get this piece laid down on here, and we're going to do what we did last time. Where we kind of fold over our edge of I've got the score tape already on there. We're just going to peel back the corner on each piece of tape. I've got 4 here. So we're going to peel these back. That way we can get this white base on there perfectly centered with the same amount of white space all the way around. So we're going to bring that in and we can move it. See, because we haven't stuck anything down yet. Hopefully my head's not in there. So we're going to move it how we want it, press our corners down, and then pull out our release paper. And now we can press all the edges down. We've got perfect borders all the way around and we're ready to start stamping. So let's stamp first. I don't know about you, but red and I don't always seem to get along. I always seem to get red ink smeared everywhere when I use red. So we're going to bring in our Stamparatus. Make sure that we have those magnets on there so this paper does not move, because we may need to stamp more than once. It's a longer sentiment, and I just want to make sure that I get it inked up really, really well. I'm using my Real Red ink here. Hopefully I don't get it on me. And let's see what we get. Yeah, we could use another pass through the ink here. Make sure we get it inked up really well. I did ink up my pad last night because it was a little dry. So there we go. And you can see I got ink up here on my plate, but it will not transfer to my paper because the stamp is in the way. Perfect. Okay, so let's go with that. We're going to put this off to the side so that red ink can dry. Red always takes a little bit longer. It seems like red and my Night of Navy. I don't know what the deal is with those color inks, but they always seem to take a little bit longer to dry. All right, that's good. So let's move on to starting our poinsettia. We can bring in our layering pieces. I'll be right back because I forgot to bring in the flower. Okay, so here are all our pieces that we die cut. And when I die cut these, I ran them through twice. The first pass did a really nice job cutting them, but it seems when I run it through one more time, my impression of the leaves, the veins in there for your leaves, they just seem to show up a little bit better. See, you can, it's impressed in there and it's really nice. So I've cut 3 of my sprigs in gold and all of the sizes for my poinsettia leaves in the red foil. And then I also did just 1 leaf in the gold foil. So let's go ahead and take this. Again, I've already got it pre-prepped. I put my score tape on the back, and that is going to fit in here perfectly because when I die cut the gold piece, I also die cut a white piece, and I just trimmed off the scallop and the stitched part. So that way I'm certain this is going to fit in there perfect. And we can still see the stitched lines. See how we've got all our stitching lines around there? And the foil paper does leave a few little hairs, but they just pull right off. So let's get this started. We're going to fold over just like we did on the other piece. And this comes together so easy. I love this. This card just looks so elegant with the red and the gold foil. The red foil is in our mini holiday catalog, and they just brought that back, so that's really nice. You're gonna have to stock up on that red foil if you like red foil. Okay, I think that's good. Push it on our corners, and then we can pull out our release tape. And that is perfectly centered. So let's make sure all edges are down. We're going to put that aside. We're going to bring in our leaves now, our poinsettia leaves. So let's bring in some glue dots. I like to use glue dots on foil versus liquid glue just because it sticks a little better. When I use liquid glue, I just feel like the paper is sliding around, even though back here it's regular paper. I just want to make sure that sticks really well. So we're going to offset that. Let's add another glue dot. Then we will offset our next set of leaves here, or petals. Get that right in the middle. Excuse me. You know, my allergies have been bothering me so bad lately. I am sneezing. It's just the weather. Everything's blooming out there. At my house, we have oak leaf season and pine needle season, and it seems like right now it's pine needle season. We've got pine needles all over. Perfect. Okay, so we've got that. And then we have our little centerpiece, and that has, you know, you can see the impression. That also leaves you the nice detail. Let's put that one on there. Get that release paper off. Come on. I know it'll come off. Just got to get under it. There we go. We're going to put that right in the middle. And our flower is already put together. Now I just like to go in and kind of gently lift my petals so we get some dimension. Just lift those up gently all the way around. And it actually looks like a real flower, almost. That's just beautiful. I love that just by itself. So now we're going to build this up. And we're just going to kind of figure out where we want that. Do we want that in the middle or do we want it? Yeah, let's put it in the middle. We will put our leaf here. Figure out where we want our other sprigs. And I kind of like them to hang off the edge just a little bit. It just adds a little more detail to everything. Perfect. So I think that's how we're going to do it here. Let's do it like that. First we will add our leaf. Let's get a couple glue dots on there, just so he doesn't go anywhere. Get those off. Get this placed under there where we want it. Perfect. And then let's do our sprigs. I don't like to remove the flower because it seems like whenever I remove the image that I'm putting something under, I never get it back the way I wanted it. So now we'll bring in some of our small glue dots. We don't need a whole lot. I think we're just going to use 3 on each sprig. That'll hold it plenty well. And we don't want to put them up too high because we're going to have it hang off. So we're going to kind of keep them a little bit lower. And I will be giving one of these cards away. Actually 2. I'll do 2. So I think I am going to air this video Monday, August 23rd. So we'll go 2 weeks after the airing date. I will close the comments. So anybody that comments before then will be randomly put in a drawing to receive one of these cards. So please comment. I need comments and subscribers. YouTube doesn't really let you go very far unless you have quite a few subscribers, and they watch comments. They like people to have a lot of comments. So please comment for me. Let me know what you think of this card and if you'd like to be in the drawing for a free one. So we're just going to do 3 glue dots here. Get those papers off. And it was really easy to run everything through the die cutting machine. I just had my piece of gold foil. I did my sprig and my leaf at the same time. And then I had a large enough piece for my red foil, and I did all of them through one pass. So it's really, really quick. All right, there we go. So let's put a couple dimensionals under this because I do want this to stick up a little bit. So let's kind of go in a circle around the bottom, just so it's got some dimension. There we go. I just love this red foil. It's so pretty. And it's beautiful against the gold foil. So let's put that down in there. Good. That's not going anywhere. We can lift those petals up again, but you know what? We're going to flip it over and they're going to just lay back down. Okay, so let's flip it over. Get some dimensionals behind here. 1 in each corner, and then a few across the back so it stays up. I think that's probably good. bring this back in. I'm still going to let that dry. I'm going to try not to touch it because I don't want it to smear. Red ink, I don't know if it's the pigment in it, what the properties are, but red ink just seems to take a little bit longer to dry. So we're going to go ahead and center this. Hopefully I got to bring it down a little bit. I don't want to get my head in there. Let's get that there. I do have a crooked eye. Hopefully it doesn't get the better of me today. Oh, it's a little off, but you know what? That's okay. We're good. Just push that down. Bring these up a little bit. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I just love that foil. We're going to bring in our card base. We are going to bring in our glue. And we're just going to glue this down to our card base. Card base is standard A2, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Get some glue on there and see, we cut that piece out. We cut that center piece out. Nobody will ever know. And we didn't waste any foil. So let's put this down here. Try not to touch the red yet. Get that centered. There we go. Perfect. That's beautiful. I just love this. I really think this might be my card this year. I need to get started now though, because I always seem to get sidetracked. And I don't want Thanksgiving to get here and not have any of my cards ready to mail out. Okay, so now we're going to bring in our red rhinestones, and we're just going to randomly put some of these on there for a finishing touch. Really, really simple card, but with a lot of impact. Let's move that over. There we go. Perfect. Please comment and let me know what you think. I will put links in the description below to all the items that I used. And if you need a catalog, please send me an email, also in the description below. Please like and comment. I appreciate you spending time with me today. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.